Time to check what's trending on social media. Host of the Simon Conway Show, Simon Conway himself, which was a great match. They kept searching for him. And Project 21 member Whitley Yates are joining us.
That's right. All right. So lots of people today talking about comments Arizona Congressman Eli Crane made on the House floor yesterday. Here's the comment.
My amendment has nothing to do with whether or not colored people or black people or anybody can serve, okay? It has nothing to do with color of your skin, any of that stuff.
Well, Ohio Congresswoman Joyce Beatty tweets, "I will not tolerate such racist and repugnant words in the House chamber or anywhere in the Congress. That's why I asked that those words be stricken from the record, which was done so by unanimous consent." But radio show host Joe Pags writes this, so I'm clear. People of color is fine, but incorrect, but fine. Black indigenous people of color is ridiculous, but completely acceptable. The NAACP stands for National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, and it's fine. But the guy says colored people, and he's canceled. Shut up. That's from Joe Pags, by the way. So for obvious reasons, Whitley, your thoughts here.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, one, this gentleman was not trying to be malicious at all. And to be honest, colored people used to be a term that Black people went by. The reason why people usually are offended to this term or why they don't feel like they like to be called this term is because when there was segregation that Joe Biden absolutely loved, there was a whites-only water fountain and a colored people's water fountain. And so it denotes a time or an era in which we were not free and integrated into society. He made a mistake. He made a flub. It doesn't have to be the end of the world. He definitely shouldn't be canceled for it.
Your thoughts, Simon?
Yeah, he definitely shouldn't be cancelled for it. And look, the NAACP should have changed their name years ago, frankly. I've never liked it because of what Whitley just said. I've really never liked it at all. And they should have changed their name. But to have his comments stricken from the record when it is indeed what the CP and NAACP stands for seems to me overkill.
Yeah, and I wondered whether they were going to condemn it, Whitley. Yeah, and the irony, and I agree with Simon, they should have changed it years ago anyway if they had. Is it an anachronistic term? Yes. I'm old enough to remember when that term was used, and now it's not. And he corrected himself. He immediately made clear what he meant.
Absolutely. And he didn't say Afro-American. I mean, there's so many different terms that could have been used that you would have stricken from the record. He wasn't being malicious. He was not being racist at all. I think that they're just trying to find something to gaslight people on.
Like the unnecessary censoring. Have you ever seen the tapes where you can say something totally banal, but if you bleep, it'll make it sound bad, Simon.
Yes, we actually do that on our sports station once a week.
There you go.
We have a lot of fun with it.
All right, I want to get to this quickly. Another thing people are talking about today on social media, President Biden's decision, despite the Supreme Court saying no, to forgive $39 billion in student loans. Senator Marsha Blackburn tweets, Joe Biden is pushing back on the Supreme Court's recent ruling by forgiving $39 billion of student loan debt. This administration has no respect for our institutions. And Congressman Lisa McClain adds this. You can read it, but I want to get the conversation started. Whitley, your reaction to this?
Listen, we've heard Biden do this before, and it always seems to happen right around an election time. Why is it that he's promising to give out all of this money to people so close to elections? It seems to be a driving and motivating factor. He's been shot down by the Supreme Court. I don't know if he understands what checks and balances mean. We obviously know he's not a balanced person as he continuously falls. Biden is just doing what Biden does most, pandering to communities.
Yeah, Simon, this is not a voting bribe whatsoever.
No, absolutely not. In the words of my buddy Joe Pags, shut up, will you? Look, when Democrats get a ruling in the Supreme Court that they like, it's the law of the land. You can't mess with that. It's constitutional now. You absolutely can't do anything about it. When you get a ruling like this, to turn around in the speed with which this administration has turned around and said, we don't care, is absolutely contempt.
Simon, thank you. Simon Conway, Whitley Yates, thank you for joining us.